Good morning. So it's Monday morning, and there's a couple new things that have come out in the news. First thing is that the government's finally getting this first-time homebuyers account figured out. So this is a new account coming next year. You can put in $8,000 a year. It counts as a tax deduction, like it's an RSP. But when you take the money out to buy your first home, it is not taxable. And you can put up to $40,000 into this account over your lifetime. There's still a lot of really vague information about it because we don't quite know how it's all going to work. But essentially, right now, it's $8,000 per year in contributions, up to $40,000 total, and then you can take the money out for your first home. So that's kind of exciting. We'll see how it works. It seems like there'd be a lot of interesting loopholes because it doesn't use up your RSP room. So I mean, let's say you didn't have any room in your RSP, but you didn't own a house for some reason. You could use this program and then just decide at the end not to buy a house, and they let you put that $40,000 into your RSP and apparently not use any of your room. So anyways, who knows? It's a new account. It's a cross between a TFSA and an RSP. It's probably going to take years for banks and firms to actually figure out how to make the account, because that was what happened with the TFSA when they first came out. So that's interesting. So I'll do a whole video in more detail as I get more details. The other thing is new home data. So home sales have dropped another 5.4. Home prices have dropped another 5.4%. It's really interesting. Somehow realtors just keep saying, "Oh, the market's going to go back up. The housing market's going up." The housing market is not going up. Anytime historically rates have gone up and mortgage rates have gone up, housing has to go down because the amount that a person can afford and qualify for goes down. So I think at this point, if you deal with a realtor who says the housing market's going up from this point and there's not going to be a downturn, you're pretty much, maybe find a new realtor, right? You want to deal with someone who's more realistic. A lot of different estimates. I mean, RBC says there'll be a 15% drop. I think Scotia came out and said there's going to be a 25% drop, but pretty fair. I mean, in the last year, we had about a 30% rise, so I can't imagine why anyone would be surprised to see a 25% drop, right? So if you're looking to buy a home, I would suggest you don't buy a home right now. I would suggest you don't get a mortgage right now because rates look like they're going to come down in the future. So yeah, that's is just my opinion. I'm not your financial advisor, but don't believe the hype, because realtors love to be all sunshines and rainbows when it's actually storming outside. So and then the markets are kind of flat today. So what's happening is that we won't get another inflation report until the second Wednesday of next month, and there is no Bank of Canada there's no US Fed meeting this month where they can raise rates. So they have set times during the year where they meet and have their little chit chat about whether they're going to raise interest rates and about for how much. And basically we get a month break, and the better the information comes in showing that inflation is going down and down and down, the better chance we have for a lower interest rate hike come the next meeting. So that's why the market's doing well, and just, nothing seems to really phase it. But I mean, I'd be cautious right now. Like, I'm really happy, and it certainly looks like, every time we get a report where it could be bad or good, it keeps coming in good, to the point where China actually lowered interest rates today. So obviously China is very different than North America and US and Canada, but it's interesting to see a very big economy like that start to lower interest rates, because maybe maybe that's a sign of things to come. So, just be cautiously optimistic. Don't buy a house because mortgage rates are too high and housing prices are going to fall. And I'll do a good video on this new account, this first-time homebuyers account, because maybe there'll be some tricky ways where we can really take advantage of it. So have a good week. Bye.